Hi everyone, my name's Rosie, and today I'm going to talk to you about why you need to be concerned about fraud if you're a small business owner, or indeed, this applies to absolutely anybody really. So, there was a report done in 2023 by the University of Portsmouth, along with a couple of firms of solicitors, and I will drop the link to this report down below in case you want to check it yourself. And in this report, they estimated that the total cost of fraud to the UK economy per year was, wait for it, £220 billion a year is lost from our economy because of fraud. People deliberately and intentionally taking other people's money and assets. And what I was also surprised about was they estimated that 72% of that was losses from private sector businesses. So that amounted to £157 billion a year lost from private sector businesses. Businesses like mine and like yours. So this is something we need to be really, really aware of. And the problem with fraud is it's very, very underreported. So those figures are estimates, okay, because a lot of fraud occurs and people don't say anything about it. They might feel embarrassed, they might feel stupid, they might think, God, I can't believe I fell for that. They might be worried about their reputation. I would be. I look after other people's money. I wouldn't want to be telling everybody if my business had become a victim of fraud. I would worry that people might not think that I was a reliable accountant. So it's a real problem for small businesses, and it loses small businesses a lot of money. It loses them their reputation. It can even lose them sales. So, as an example of this, computer hackers, ransomware. This is a scam when your computer is hacked into and your data is seized and it's held to ransom. It could also be your systems. One of your absolutely essential systems could be hacked into, and you might not be able to use that, and that might be absolutely essential for you to trade, for you to get new work in, for you to honor what you need to do for your clients. It could stop you getting new work, it could stop you getting new sales until you pay the ransom to the hacker. We don't want this to happen, guys, okay? We don't want to be losing money. We work so hard in our small businesses. Why would we not be doing everything we possibly could to protect our money? And yet I hear so few people talking about this. I've been working as an accountant now for 10 years. I've worked in various big accountancy practices, and I've worked with loads of small business owners over that time. And I very, very rarely hear people talking about what they do to prevent fraud. The networking events I go to, the other business owners I know and I meet, nobody is talking about this. Why not? Why are we not talking about this? It's really, really important for us to all become even more aware of this. And I think that one of the reasons why businesses are more vulnerable than, say, an individual is because when you have a business, there's a lot more channels of attack. There's a lot more places where hackers can get in. There's just a lot more ways that you can become vulnerable. When I set up my business, I opened another bank account. I have a Stripe account. I have a Go Cardless account. I have a business PayPal account. Well, now suddenly there's way more opportunities for somebody to take my money because there's way more platforms that I use than when it was just me, individual, in an employed role with my couple of personal bank accounts. So we need to be aware of this. We need to be actively thinking about this every day. We need to be putting those controls in place, right? We need to be doing due diligence on our staff, because employee theft or embezzlement is huge. It's a massive risk to businesses. Employee theft and cyber breaches that lead to losses from fraud are the two biggest risks to your business. So learn about your staff, do background checks on them, okay? Don't just take anybody on, right? We need to be really, really, really careful about this, you know? Every single person that you let into your organisation to help you, and we need staff, and there's some brilliant people out there, but we do need to be very, very careful, and we do need to be aware that people are only as trustworthy as their circumstances allow. Now, think about it, okay? You might have an assistant who is fantastic and you trust her. She's been working with you for years and you've never had any problems and all is great, okay? You've got no reason to be suspicious. But one day she goes home. She finds her husband sobbing in the bedroom. And it turns out that he lost his job 3 months ago. He was caught stealing from his company to fund his gambling addiction. And what your lovely, wonderful member of staff finds out is that her husband has eaten through all their savings, he's remortgaged the house, he's got into loads and loads and loads of debt, and she's at risk of losing her home, okay? And they've got kids to look after. This is completely hypothetical, by the way. I know it sounds like something from a movie, but things like this can happen. So now she is in a very, very, very different position, and she's got very, very different priorities to what she did last week when she was completely financially secure. And changes in circumstances like that can be the difference between an employee stealing from the business they work for and not stealing from the business they work for, if the opportunity is there for them to do it. So we need to be very, very careful about allowing there to be opportunities for people to steal from our business, all right? Don't just rely on the fact that I trust them, they're not going to do it, because things can change. So put those controls in place. I can talk more about this in another video, and I will also be running some webinars. If you follow my Facebook page, RDM Accountancy Services Limited, that's Ltd, I will be posting details on there about some upcoming webinars I'm doing where I'll go more into detail about the practical steps that you can take to protect your business. Somebody made a really good point to me the other day, actually. They said, when you're a small business owner and you're in those circles, you hear a lot about sales and marketing and manifest your next 10k month or 15k month and generate those customers and make all this money. But actually, we need to be safeguarding what we already have. So I really hope that this has been a bit of a wake-up call to you. I really hope that you'll go away and think about this and start to put some controls and some systems in place. The first thing that you can do is educate yourself further, and I can definitely help you with that. If you haven't changed your passwords regularly, go away and do that. That's a really, really good tip. If you haven't updated your software systems lately, go away and do that. That's another fantastic way that you can protect yourself. And don't become a victim of fraud. Educate yourself, get some advice, and let's look after what we've worked so hard for. Okay, I'm Rosie. I'm a qualified accountant. I recently completed a level 7 qualification in forensic accountancy, and a massive part of that course was learning about fraud prevention. Okay, guys, take care. Speak soon. Bye.